play some freaking games. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Super Game Hunters. Today we had a couple things to do. First stop would be Jiffy Mart. You may be like, what? Jiffy Mart? There's no games there. I know. And our second stop, we were gonna stop by a yard sale, right? I forgot. Yeah. There was even a sign, and we even looked around. Of course, Ryan was an idiot and forgot a mask. But we tried looking around for it. We couldn't find it. I mean, you're looking at it right now. There's no, there's no date, no address or anything. So we were gonna go there and look for games, but no luck. That's just how it goes. But yeah, we went to Jiffy Mart to look in the movies section because Ryan claims that he found a game there. I think it was like Call of Duty for the 360. However, I know that's total bullcrap.
It's true, I swear.
This is a bust. I mean, not really because I already knew. I just wanted to prove Ryan on camera.
So we didn't find anything, and we decided to get a Coke.
Keep going. I actually had to sneeze. Just keep continuing with what you're saying.
And yeah, the Coke was pretty good, and then after the Coke, we went to Bayham Feed, and we got some retro candies.
So we had about 20 cents left over, right, from Jiffy Mart. So Ryan's like, oh, let's go to Bayham Feed to get some retro candy. There's no such thing as retro candy. That's not a thing. Retro is referring to like old video games. It's just called old candy, you idiot. Anyway, we got there. It was a bit weird because we had to like wash our hands. I mean, yeah, I know COVID-19, but like, why don't we just put on a mask? Our hands are fine. So I thought it was a little bit over the top, and they were leading people to like, certain places, and just a little bit over the top. But I picked out some strawberry candy looking thingy or whatever, and Ryan got, what'd you get?
Fireball.
Yeah, Fireball. I don't know. But it wasn't that bad. Yeah.
So we found this guy on Craigslist, and he happens to live where we live, and he had some really nice 360 games for the Xbox.
Oh my god, like some good stuff, like Perfect Dark Zero.
Like really good stuff, like
Gears of War 2 and 3.
That and that. Like all those titles.
Insane prices, right?
Yeah. And yeah, we emailed him, and he hasn't gotten back yet. But we're hoping he can get back soon, so we can go find some nice titles for good prices.
So, I went to Oregon, for a little family vacation trip, whatever. That's not what's important. What's important is the games. So, I'm walking around Seaside, Seaside, Oregon. Of course, Rodolfo wasn't there. Who cares? Yeah, I'm the star of the show, obviously. But, yeah, I went into this antique shop, and it was pretty cool. They had some interesting stuff there, some, like, what was it, like Dr. Pepper bottles, a creepy doll, which you're seeing right now. Of course, well, not of course, but unfortunately, no games, which is, unfortunate. But, yeah, pretty cool shop. Guys, I'm having the worst luck ever. I can't find the freaking game store. This sucks. So I went on my laptop and I looked up game stores near Seaside, right? And I managed to find one store called Stalking Dragon Games and Comics or something like that. It's a weird name. And this place was very interesting. It had lots of card games. People would go there to play. It's more of like a go play card games type place than a game store, but they did have a counter full of games. They had a Rob, which I've never seen a Rob complete with like Gyromite and everything in my entire life, which is really cool to see. They had an SNES, they had a Game Gear, which unfortunately was broken. I would have bought it if it was, good. Yeah, tons of 360 games, original Xbox, PS3. They had like 2 PS4 games. Some really good stuff, actually. Very small, but the selection they had was good, and their prices were great. And something about this store is that they don't price their stuff individually. They say, a 360 game, that's $10, So if you don't know what I mean, they price their games by what console they're on, not by what game they are. So let's say you have a copy of, I don't know, Little Samson on the NES, and a copy of Pac-Man on the NES. Obviously, Little Samson is worth leagues more than obviously Little Samson is worth leagues more than Pac-Man, right? But they don't go up on price charting or anything like that. They just say, NES games, $20. So, like, you can find a really solid game in there for cheap. And that's exactly what I found. Panzer Dragoon Orta for the original Xbox for $10. Now, on one hand, that's really great, but on the other hand, the games that I did want, like, you know, Gun on the 360 and Twisted Metal for the PS3, those were overpriced. $10, too much. Not gonna pay that. But yeah, really solid store.
I just scored one of the rarest games on the original Xbox.
I never get deals like this. This was amazing. So there was this movie store, don't remember what it was called, don't really care, and, you know, I'm not a big movie person, but it said Nintendo, on it, and I'm like, cool, video games. I walked around the entire store, not one game, not one. I did see, you know, films that were based around video games, like I actually did see a Panzer Dragoon movie, which was cool, I didn't even know that existed, and they had a whole section of Pokemon movies, but I don't really care for that, you know? There are not any video games, nothing. And it said Nintendo on the sign. And I was just really confused. I asked the guy, he said, I don't know. So, it was kind of a bust, but whatever. So, last place I went to was this toy store called Voyage Toys. Or something like that. Voyage Toys, I don't really know. And I'm not a big toy person. I don't really collect them. I don't buy them. I know some people do. I just like video games. But some toy stores carry video games because I guess some people classify video games as toys. Not really. They're sort of like media, which is different. Whatever. But I went in there and of course, you know, didn't find any games. However, I did. They had just these. They just had tons of boxes full of comics. And if you know me, you know that I love comics. I have almost every volume in The Walking Dead. I love collecting Spider-Man comics and Avengers, all that stuff. So I decided I'd buy a few, and they were really cheap. There were a couple ones that I wanted were a little bit out of my price range, like $9-10, but the ones that I did get were $2 a pop. That was a great deal. I had to jump on that. So I got like 7 comics. It was amazing. Great store. If you like toys, whatever, but for me, just the comics, that was really cool. Hey guys, just wanted to let you know that my face is not in the camera frame thingy, whatever, I don't care. But yeah, it's not in the frame thingy, and yeah, I just want to let you guys know. Welcome to the end of the show, guys. It is the end of the show, where we talk about what we got. So let's start with Ryan. He got nothing because he's an idiot and he's broke as hell. But I actually picked up a decent stack. So I'll do the video games last. I got a few magazines. So for starters, I got, well, not magazines, comics. I got the Flintstones, Pebbles and Bam Bam or something like that. I suck at reading. Korak, Son of Tarzan, the new Teen Titans, Battlestar Galactica, and another one as well, and Little Archie. So yeah, if you guys didn't know, I love comics. I love collecting them. I love the Walking Dead series. They're really expensive, so I don't have all of them, but
What's your favorite comic ever?
probably The Walking Dead, yeah.
Mine's Bone by Jeff Smith, and yeah, it's the best book ever.
And yeah, let's get to the games. What you guys are really looking forward to. That's my cat. Who cares? Hi, Soapy. So let's start with Soul Fighter for the Dreamcast. So I walked into the store, saw Soul Fighter next to a stack of PS1 games, and I asked the guy what it'll do for it. He said he doesn't have prices marked down because he didn't ask the owner of the store, I guess. And so he's like, I'm assuming $5, which for Soul Fighter is great. You know, like that's half what the game is worth. And he said, I don't know. I guess I just can't sell it to you because we don't really. We have to ask the owner, and he's not responding. And I'm like, fine, how about 10? And he's like, yeah, totally. And I'm not really happy with that price point, you know, I'm not. $10 for me is way too overpriced for Soul Fighter. It's worth about $11, so I didn't lose any money on it, but I really did not want to pay that price. But yeah, Soul Fighter, it's complete. Has the box art, it has the disc, the manual. The disc, as you can see, is in relatively okay condition. It's not the worst. But yeah, $10. I really like this game. I can't wait to get a Dreamcast and play it. Ryan and I can do co-op. Paid a little bit too much, but whatever. But here's what made up for it. Panzer Dragoon Orta for the original Xbox. So if you don't know, this game is actually not very common. It was I think it was like the third game in the series. You gonna take that? So something I'm really happy about is Panzer Dragoon Orta for the original Xbox. I walked in there, I saw it, it was $10, and I jumped on it. I thought this was like one of the rarest games. It's uncommon, and it's worth a decent amount. I was thinking like $100, you know, because I heard something online about this game being worth a lot. And $10, it's worth about 40, I think. So I got a lot of value out of it. I don't get deals like this, so that was amazing. Yeah, here, I got it. As you can see, it's complete. The box art, I took it out. It's in great condition. Has the manual and disc. The disc is smooth as butter. However, the one drawback is that it's a 360 case. The original Xbox cases are not transparent. But I can just swap it out for a new one. So I'm really happy with this purchase. Yeah, definitely one of the best deals I think I've ever gotten on a game. I'm really happy with it. I did want to haggle him down to maybe $7 because I'm cheap. But he said he had to talk to the owner about that. But yeah, Panzer Dragoon Orta, it's a solid game, worth quite a bit, and I'm really happy with it. So yeah.
So, what would you give this find?
This find? Like, you mean all the finds we got?
1 out of 5 for this game itself.
Well, I mean, obviously 5, that's a steal. I think for the games I got total, I'd give it a 3. We got an amazing game. However, I ended up paying a little bit more than I wanted to for Soul Fighter. But overall, pretty solid. Yeah. So I guess we'll just roll the credits, and thank you guys for watching.
Oh, and before we say goodbye, we're gonna be calling GameStop and asking them whether we should buy the Xbox Series X or the PS5. Make sure to check out that video, and we'll see you again soon.
Okay. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you. Bye, guys.
Peace out.